Imagine this: you're sharper and more adept than most. You navigate challenges seamlessly, rarely seeking assistance. Yet, this self-reliance may blind you to vital lessons until life teaches you the hard way. Every stumble often offers wisdom, sometimes wrapped in unnecessary pain. The real shock hits when you realize certain insights could have spared you years of hardship if only you grasped them sooner. We aren't discussing minor bumps in the road. These revelations may lead you to question choices you made a decade ago. If you identify as a young Sigma, heeding this wisdom is essential. The longer you wait, the steeper the price. Here are 7 key lessons Sigma males tend to learn too late. Firstly, understand that you receive what you accept, not merely what you deserve. The world doesn't function on fairness. You could work harder than anyone else and still watch a peer rise. You may give your all in friendships, only to find yourself abandoned in tough times. That frustration, it holds a significant message. Many believe good behavior guarantees reward. They think that by maintaining excellence, fairness, and loyalty, the universe will even things out. They wait for others to see their value and respond appropriately. The critical truth for Sigma males comes too late. You garner not what you deserve, but what you believe is acceptable. When you tolerate disrespect, inadequate pay, or uneven effort, you've established how others will treat you going forward. People won't magically improve their behavior when you haven't taught them that avoidance has repercussions. The risk is that Sigma males often endure poor treatment without voicing their discontent. You may withstand being underpaid, overworked, or unappreciated quietly. But enduring bad behavior isn't a strength, it makes you an easy target for exploitation. Standards require active enforcement. They're boundaries you set through your choices. Leaving situations that fall short of your minimum expectations teaches others how to treat you. Most Sigma males grasp this too late, after years spent in jobs, friendships, and relationships that should have ended when their limits were first breached. By then, they've grown accustomed to accepting what shouldn't have been tolerated whatsoever. Secondly, stop investing energy in those who deplete you. Have you ever felt completely wiped out after being with certain individuals, even without engaging in strenuous activity? That dull exhaustion makes you crave solitude for hours afterward, yet you can't pinpoint the source. Most disregard this sensation, blaming it on fatigue from the day. They continue to support those who leave them feeling drained, believing being kind means always being available. Here's the real danger that many Sigma males overlook. When you pride yourself on resilience and self-sufficiency, you might convince yourself that feeling drained signals weakness that needs overcoming. You may think wanting space equates to inadequacy. Thus, you keep pouring energy into relationships where it's never returned. During this process, you're not merely tired, you're robbing time and vigor from endeavors and individuals that genuinely deserve your focus. Psychologically, Sigma males often view relationships based on their ability to manage burdens, not whether they should carry them. This creates a perilous blind spot where your value is measured by what you can endure instead of the quality of connections you nurture. Years may pass before Sigma males see that the energy spent on those who only take could have been invested in creating something significant. Every minute devoted to endless complaints from those unwilling to solve their problems was a minute stolen from your growth, aspirations, and tranquility. The third lesson is that safeguarding your peace matters more than seeking to win every argument. Being right provides a satisfying rush, especially when backed by facts. When faced with challenges, misinformation, or unwarranted disputes, your immediate urge is to jump in and rectify things. You know you can come out on top. Yet, what many Sigma males fail to realize is that every time you enter a fray merely to assert a point, you're relinquishing control over your emotions and time. Someone dangled bait, and you took it, allowing them to dictate your thoughts for hours or even days. The trap lies in equating the act of letting things go with weakness or feeling that failing to correct falsehoods is dishonest. Sigma males often believe in the paramount importance of truth and feel compelled to defend against unfair critiques. They take on every battle they can win. The late realization is that protecting your inner peace outweighs the need to be correct. Some individuals may never appreciate your views, no matter how clearly you elucidate. Some fights yield nothing but stress, even if you technically win. Many Sigma males spend years arguing over trivial matters, validating points to disengaged audiences, and defending themselves against critics who aren't receptive. By the time they grasp the importance of stepping away from pointless conflicts, they've already let countless individuals dictate their mindset through petty arguments. The fourth lesson is about seeking approval, ultimately leading to disappointment. Someone in your life may hold more weight than anyone else. Perhaps it's a parent who rarely expresses pride, a mentor with standards that keep shifting, or someone whose validation you desperately seek. You convince yourself it's a journey of self-improvement, yet you find yourself ensnared in a seemingly endless cycle. Many Sigma males boast of disregarding societal expectations. And they aren't wrong. Mass opinion doesn't sway them. However, this independence can mask a blind spot. Sometimes, they expend twice as much effort trying to impress one individual instead of focusing on their personal ambitions. They might rebuff societal norms while undermining their own well-being to meet unrealistic expectations set by someone else. This contrasts with collaborating with someone who truly encourages your growth or setting lofty goals for yourself. This is progress. The issue arises when you chase validation from an individual who remains perpetually unsatisfied, regardless of your achievements. Those who genuinely want to see you flourish offer constructive feedback. However, people who just want you pursuing their approval constantly shift the finishing line as you approach. Here's a hard truth that takes years to comprehend: the pursuit of approval is not approval at all. If someone keeps moving the goalposts, they aren't facilitating your advancement. They're merely boosting their ego as they watch you chase something they never intended to grant. Many Sigma males squander years in this futile chase, only to realize the validation they sought wasn't worth it or would never be awarded, irrespective of their successes. Fifthly, while isolation can be healing, it shouldn't become your permanent residence. When people drain your energy or life feels overwhelming, retreating for a while seems entirely reasonable. You need time to clear your thoughts, rejuvenate, and process situations without external opinions clouding your clarity. This escape from chaos provides genuine relief, allowing you to confront your challenges on your terms. Reclaim your mental vitality and gain fresh perspectives on dilemmas that felt unmanageable. A brief hiatus grants you space to simply be yourself, free from outside expectations. However, Sigma males must remain vigilant. That initial healing can insidiously morph into perpetual withdrawal. What began as a necessary retreat risks becoming your default state. Months can blur into years, leading to a self-contained existence. You may grow so comfortable in solitude that reaching out feels unnecessary or even burdensome. When you excel in being alone, your mind may begin viewing isolation as a panacea for every issue rather than just one solution among many. You might fail to differentiate between toxic individuals from whom you needed distance and genuine connections worth preserving. Everything blurs into a category where socializing equals energy drain. Even when certain people add value, understanding that connection doesn't signify weakness, and needing support doesn't render you dependent, becomes crucial. Human beings are inherently relational, even as they thrive independently. Isolation should facilitate healing so you can engage with the world again, not become a means of permanent escape. Many Sigma males only realize too late that they've isolated for so long that re-establishing connection seems more challenging than it truly is. They may be self-sufficient and adept, yet experience loneliness in unforeseen ways, needing to muster effort they're unaccustomed to exerting. The sixth revelation highlights that some people miss the version of you from the past, not the person you are today. Individuals from bygone days may reappear after stretches of silence, saying things like, "I thought about you," or "Let's reconnect." Initially, it feels validating, as if someone acknowledges your absence. Yet here's the catch: they aren't truly invested in your current life, aspirations, or who you've evolved into. They're longing for a version of you that no longer exists. This realization hits hard for Sigma males. The past you was readily available, more willing to sacrifice, and more tolerant of lopsided dynamics. It's that older version they miss, not the authentic you standing before them now. True connections weather growth. Those who genuinely care will appreciate your transformation, not try to pull you back into outdated ways. Regrettably, many Sigma males only grasp this after squandering energy on individuals who never truly cherished them, only their previous utility. Finally, engage in conversations with people rather than discussing them behind their backs. When someone crosses a boundary, you're faced with a choice: address it directly or vent to others. Avoidance may seem safer, yet the issue remains unresolved. It festers, leading to resentment while the other party remains oblivious. By speaking to others, you spread a narrative that never had a chance for correction. Direct conversations may be uncomfortable. There's a risk of defensiveness or strain on the relationship. However, silence guarantees stagnation. Over time, unspoken resentment can quietly dismantle the relationship. Many Sigma males find out too late that a single upfront discussion early on could have averted years of bitterness. By sidestepping direct confrontation, they allowed small grievances to spiral into major breaches. Speaking up isn't merely about conflict, it's rooted in respect. Tackling issues head-on may be challenging, but it's the only way to prevent future regret.